right, talking. Oh, okay, there we go. It's better now. All right, so this is how we're going to be talking during the game.
Yeah, we're going to do that next.
We've got a lot of interesting players. I'm especially excited to see how North does. They've not had a great season so far, but I think we have a really good chance. Just kidding. We don't really have a great chance at this game, but I think it's going to be a really interesting game. And, all right.
WWPH Princeton Junction for the first time this year. The West Windsor-Plainsboro High School Northern Knights are being joined by WWPH. We've got a really great game for you as the Knights prepare to take on the Lawrence Cardinals. Julian Morgan alongside Eliana H. As the tip-off's about to begin, we've got Arav Mohan for the Knights going up against Noah Johansson. It's Mohan who takes the tip, and he passes it to Ryan John Baptiste on the right side. John Baptiste now all the way over to Valeri on the left side. Trisha Valeri is going to go up, layup, it rolls off the front of the rim, and a tussle as the ball goes out of bounds, but John Baptiste was able to throw it off of the leg of Kellen Moore on the Cardinals, and the ball is going to stay with North here in their own offensive zone. Strong start from North, really good offense. Weren't able to convert on the shot, but they're going to have another shot here. And the inbound goes to Mohan. Mohan in the paint, goes up with the shot, and it's good off the glass. A good start for the Knights as Arav Mohan goes up and in with that layup right from the paint. And now Robert Kelly gives it over to the star of this team, Elijah Robinson for the Cardinals. Robinson now over to Kelly. Kelly right side Robinson. Robinson fakes, back to Kelly. Dribbles to his right once at the top of the key. Now Marvin McNeil on the left wing. Still looking for somewhere to go. Still is the ball. Can't do anything yet. Dribbles to his right. Now back to Kelly. Over to Robinson. Robinson's going to drive to the left. Fakes the shot. Goes up with the layup. It's up and it's no good. Rebound though by Robinson at the top of the key. Robinson over to McNeil. 3-ball left wing is no good again. Johansson had the rebound. Lost it. Jean-Baptiste to Valeri on a fast break. Valeri goes up and his layup is good. And it's 4-0 Knights to start off this game. 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Here in the Knights' den. Here comes Kelly, all the way over to Robinson, who's playing a lot of time on that right wing. Pass inside to Johansson. He loses the ball as he tried to go up from the center of the paint. Now Robinson, left wing, 3 is off, and a rebound here from Malachi Jeffers Vieira. Gives it over now to John Baptiste. Another fast break. John Baptiste goes up, can't convert the shot, but he gets the foul call on that right side of the paint. And North is now going to go to the line, 4-0 in advantage of the Knights. 6 minutes, 36 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of Jean-Baptiste and also a decent amount of Mohan so far this season, or so far this game, which will be interesting because we don't have any of our starters quite showing up yet.
Jean-Baptiste's first free throw is good. He's been getting sent to the line a lot so far this year, and you can see why that's a good place for him to be because he converts his first, and he's about to go up for his second. So yeah, it's Mohan, Jeffers Vieira, Api Singh, Valori, and John Baptiste, the free throw shooter, all 5 for the Knights as John Baptiste converts his second, and the Knights start this game off on a 6-0 run. Here's McNeil over to Robinson, right side, dribbling up past the half-court line. Now going over to the top of the key, gets it over to McNeil on the left side of the perimeter. He takes a couple dribbles to his right. He's going to drive the whole way up the paint, tried to dish it out to Kelly, but Kelly's shot was no good. Johansson grabbed the rebound and got fouled on his putback opportunity from that left side of the paint. And now the Cardinals are going to go to the line for the first time today. Foul called on John Baptiste, the guy who just scored those 2 free throws.
Yes, we see Noah Johnson coming up, and he is a junior this year. He has a lot of different stats that are pretty high this year, especially with assists, and points are one of his main things.
Johansson's first shot is up, and his first shot is good, and Lawrence is on the board today as he gets a little tap there from Marvin McNeil. Let's talk a little bit about the Cardinals, Eliana. Elijah Robinson is their key player on offense as Johansson hits his second. He passes the ball. He's hanging out on that right wing today, and we can expect him to be a big game. Here's Jeffers Vieira getting double-teamed in the backcourt. All the way over to Jeffers Vieira. Now Valori, left corner 3 is no good off the front of the rim. Mohan rebound. Valori, same place, same shot. Oh, it's again no good. Another putback opportunity from Mohan is tipped and into the hands of Robinson, who passes it all the way down the court. Here's Johansson going up. Johansson going in. It's 6-4 with 5 minutes 55 seconds left here in the first quarter as Valori tries to make a move as he goes through the half-court line, but the ball gets tipped away. It's going to be called out of bounds on Kellen Moore, so the ball is going to stay, Robert Kelly, excuse me. So the ball is going to stay with the Knights 6-4. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left here in this first quarter. Jeffers Vieira is going to be the one who takes the inbound. He's going to pass it all the way back to Singh, and Singh's going to start basically as if he was just inbounded from the baseline. Passes it in out to Mohan at the top of the key. Mohan over to Valeri at the left side. Paul was tipped as he tried to pass it over to Jeffers Vieira, still on that right side, and the ball once again is going to be inbounded by Jeffers Vieira. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left now. All the way to Mohan. Mohan over to Jean-Baptiste on the right side. Now back to Singh with a wide open shot from the right corner, can't convert. Marvin McNeil's going to grab the rebound. He's going to rush up the court, and he's immediately guarded there by Avi Singh. Really good lockdown defense there from Singh. Now back over to Kelly, and he's going to pass it back to McNeil at the top of the key. Has it, takes the shot, and can't convert on that long three-point opportunity. Rebound Jeffers Vieira. Here comes Singh. Singh might take it himself. He does, but when he gets to the paint, he gets stopped. Dishes it out to Valeri on the left side, and a foul is called as Valeri tried to drive. Foul's going to be called on Robinson. It's going to be a blocking foul, which means the Knights are going to retain the ball, and they're going to get it inbounded. And it looks like it's going to be inbounded from Singh here on the baseline. Still waiting on official word. Yes. And play set to resume. Here's Mohan, left side, over to Jeffers Vieira, right corner. Mohan now going in. Takes the shot from the free throw line. A little step back jumper, no good though. Here comes Kelly. He might take it all the way. He goes up for the shot. He's called for the foul, North is called for the foul on the way up. Robert Kelly's going to go to the line, get 2 free throw opportunities to tie up this game if they can convert. But right now it's 6-4. The Knights are leading. 4 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yes, we have seen a lot of good defense so far from North, which was unexpected, especially with their season not having many blocks so far. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out throughout the game.
They're getting a lot of fast break opportunities as Kellen Moore goes up from the left side and converts to tie the game. Here's Ryan Jean-Baptiste immediately on the other side. Right side now over to Jeffers Vieira, who gives it to Singh. Now back to Jean-Baptiste. He's going to drive from that right side. Tries to get a bounce pass all the way over to Valeri on the left. And the ball goes out of bounds as there was a bit of a collision there between Valeri and Kelly. But the ball's going to stay with the Knights here in their own offensive zone. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. 6-6 is the game. Jack O'Donnell, who we're seeing for the first time today, gets it on that left wing. Now over to Valeri, who basically traded places with him. He's on the left wing, looks for a bounce pass into O'Donnell on the left side of the paint. Takes a couple steps, post move goes up, and can't convert on the shot though. Rebound now, Elijah Robinson. Here comes Robinson all the way over to McNeil, who gets it right back to Robinson. There's a whistle blown, and I believe McNeil was just called for a travel. He tried to give it right back to Robinson, who was at the top of the key, and the ball now goes the way of the Knights. So here's Jeffers Vieira, who's going to inbound it once again. He's on the right side near the half-court line, gives it to Singh all the way back at his own paint. Here's Singh again, this time on the left side. Now Valeri, left corner three is off the mark. Rebound though, right to Singh. He's gonna go up for the layup right underneath the basket, and he converts, and North retakes the lead. It's 8-6 with 4 minutes left to go. Long pass over to Robinson, who's at the top of the key now. Almost got it stolen. He did get it stolen from Valeri from behind, but as the pass tries to go to the opposite side of the court, it's taken again by Robert Kelly. He passes it over to Marvin McNeil, who steps out of bounds, and the ball once again, a ton of turnovers there, but the ball's going to go back to the Knights. 3 minutes, 49 seconds left, 8-6. West Windsor-Plainsboro High School North has the lead.
Yes.
Now here comes Will Carter, who we're seeing for the first time today, over Valeri on that left wing. Now over to Jeffers Vieira, who's basically at the top of the key. Tries to pass it over to Singh, does so. Now Carter at the free throw line. He's looking for somewhere, bounce pass back to Singh on that right wing. And now a bounce pass over to Jeffers Vieira. He's on that left wing, gives it to Singh at the top of the key, tries to dish it over to O'Donnell. It gets deflected, but it goes right back to Valeri, who makes a nice behind-the-shoulder pass to O'Donnell. He goes up for the shot, and he will convert on the shot. That's a way to turn a negative into a positive. It's 10-6, Knights lead, 3 minutes, 12 seconds left, as here comes Robinson, double-teamed before he can even cross the half-court line. Gives it over to Moore. Moore on that right side now gives it to McNeil, who's at the top of the key. He dribbles a couple times, waiting as the clock ticks down to behind 3 minutes. But the ball goes over to Jeffers Vieira. Tried to get a pass all the way across the court to Valeri. It was a bit too hard, bit too strong, and the ball's going to go back the way of the Cardinals from their own baseline. As in for the first time today for the Cardinals, we see Connor Crowley. 10-6. The lead is the Knights. Here comes Elijah Robinson, who bounces it over to Kelly. Now over to Crowley. He's at the top of the key, and he dishes it pretty nicely back over to Kelly, who now gives it to Crowley again. A little two-man game going on here. Here's Robinson, top of the key, back over to Kelly. Left wing three-pointer is way off, and a rebound, though, by the Cardinals. Now there's a tussle for the ball as it's loose. Johansson goes up with the shot. He can't convert from that left side of the paint. Jeffers Vieira wrestles the rebound away. Here comes Singh. Right side fast break. Dribbled once to his left. Now here's Jeffers Vieira. Free throw shot is good. A shot from the line from Malachi Jeffers Vieira is going to cause Lawrence to take their first time out of the game. The Knights in this first quarter have doubled the Cardinals' score. It's 12-6 with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter.
Very impressive score, especially since North often relies on making sure that their first quarter is pretty good to then go off of that throughout their games. So it is a good start for North.
And now we're seeing a lot of full court press action from the Knights as well. So head coach Luke Deese is trying to change things up a little bit for this West Windsor North team. They're double teaming a lot of Lawrence's star players in that backcourt. They've been doing it to Robinson, they've been doing it to McNeil, they've been doing it to Kelly. So far it's working 12-6. We're going to see what, however, head coach Molinelli of the Cardinals, what his game plan is for Lawrence after that first timeout. So we've got a new 5 on the floor for the Knights. It's Jahan Kulkarni, Jonathan Tang, Arian Dadon, Will Carter, and Liam Connaughton in. They're going to play some defense against Robinson and his boys as Robinson takes it up right past the half-court line. Bounce pass over to the right. It's going to be a shot way off from that right wing. Back to Johansson, though, from just inside the line. Here comes Robinson, has some open space, thought about a step back, now is going to drive, does so, can't convert from right about dead on, but Robinson grabs his own rebound. He's at the left wing now, all the way back over to Kelly at the top of the key, dribbles a couple times to his right, back over to Robinson left wing. Robinson now once again to Kelly, all the way over to Crowley. Crowley's in the right corner, he thought about taking a shot, bounce pass in, however, to Bisson Gregory, all the way back over to Robinson, who tries to drive, and as he goes up for the shot, gets fouled. I believe that's going to be called a shooting foul. We're still waiting on word. It is going to be called a shooting foul. So, oh, I'm sorry, no, it's not going to be called a shooting foul, but it is going to be Robert Kelly who inbounds it now from that baseline, does so to Crowley, left wing. Couple dribbles to his left, now to his right, over to Kelly. Left corner shot is off. Rebound, Gregory. Gregory's putback is no good as well. Connaughton's fighting for the rebound. It goes loose. Bisson Gregory has it. Now he loses it. Now here comes Will Carter and the Knights. Minute 22 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Carter's going up on that left side. He bounces into Dadon, who's at the top of the key. Back over to Carter. He's at that left wing. Thought about passing it to Kulkarni, who was cutting, but decides not to. Back over to Dadon now, right wing. Dadon now at the top of the key, gives it to Jonathan Tang. He's on that left wing, still looking for somewhere. He's got Kulkarni at the top of the key again. Here's Connaughton, right wing. Can't find anywhere yet. Now he's got Carter for an open 3 from top of the key, and it's good. It's 15-6. 50 seconds left here in this first quarter. Here comes Elijah Robinson on the left side. He's been on the right, now he's on the left. He drives, now dishes it out to Kelly. Kelly's pass into Gregory, can't convert. It's stolen by the Knights, but as Connaughton tried to get a breakout bouncer over to Jonathan Tang, it sailed just beyond his fingertips, and the ball's gonna go back over to the Cardinals. It's gonna be, looks like it's gonna be Robert Kelly. No, it's gonna be Crowley who's gonna inbound it this time as Kelly hustles over to the other side of the half-court line, but it is Elijah Robinson who's now taking it basically in the center of the court for the Cardinals. 33 seconds to go, dishes it over to Crowley, left wing, guarded by Kulkarni, now double-teamed by Kulkarni and Tang, gets it over to Robinson, right side, tried to dribble in, did so, but blocked by Dadon, and an out-of-bounds call is going to give the ball back to the Knights with 24.5 seconds left here in this first quarter. 15-6 North, who have dominated so far. Here's Kulkarni left side being double teamed. Here comes Connaughton. Connaughton breaks all the way to the right side. He was on the left. Now pass over to Carter, top of the key, directing traffic, gives it to Dadon. Now over to Kulkarni, who's on the left wing. Guarded by Robinson pretty tightly. Here's Tang, top of the key. Now over to Dadon, right wing. He takes a couple dribbles to his left. Here's Connaughton, a lot of good passing. Connaughton makes a move, goes up for the layup, the Euro step. Oh! It took about 3 bounces off of the rim. It couldn't get in, though. But the Liam Connaughton is going to go to the line for 2 with 0.8 seconds remaining. Everybody on these northern bleachers just got up on their feet thinking that shot was going to go in. And even though it didn't, this is still a really good opportunity for the Knights to increase their lead to 11 right before the first quarter ends.
Yes, and something I've noticed a lot is that the passes are a little too aggressive. That's often where they're losing the ball, losing possession.
Connaughton's first shot bounces in. Yeah, that's why we've seen so many fast break opportunities on both sides, but it is now 16-6 is the lead for the Knights as we are about to conclude this first quarter. Connaughton's second shot is about to be up. It is, and it's good. 17-6 Knights is going to probably be the end of our first quarter. Kelly's looking for a long pass, gives it over to Crowley. It's tipped away from Kadatin at the last second, playing some good defense even in the final tenths. Now there's 4/10 of a second left. The ball's going to stay with the Cardinals. Kelly's going to inbound. It's still in his own backcourt, so probably not much here for the Cardinals. Buzzer rings before the shot can get off from Johansson. That's going to end our first quarter here in the Knights' lair. It's 17-6 with the lead being for West Windsor-Plainsboro. You're listening to the home of all WWP Sports, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Yeah, so you've worked hard on your business. What would happen if it was on fire, or a cyber attack, or a flood? You need an emergency preparedness plan to protect your people, data, and other assets. Visit ready.gov to start your update plan. At ready.gov, you can download free checklists, templates, and other resources with practical advice for business. Put an affordable plan in place to keep your business up and running, because becoming a success is hard work. Protecting it isn't. With ready.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Ad Council, and WWP in Princeton Junction.
All right, we're back. 15 seconds remaining here before we kick off the second quarter. If you missed it, the Knights kicked off this game with a 6-0 run, and ever since then they've been flying high. It's 17-6 as we head into the second quarter. The 5 on the floor for the Knights is going to look a little bit more like it was at the beginning of the game, but Will Carter is going to be on there, who did not start the game, but he hit a 3 already alongside Trisha Valuri, Ryan Jean-Baptiste, Malachi Jeffers Vieira, and Arav Mohan. On the Cardinals side of things, Elijah Robinson, their star, out of the game for the first time today. But here comes Marvin McNeil, who's going to dribble it up to start off this second quarter. Dishes it immediately over to Josh Wilson on the left wing. Tries to pass it in and converts now all the way over to Kelly on that right corner. And the pass to McNeil at the top of the key is tipped by Carter. Valuri goes up for the layup, and an easy fast break is going to kick this second quarter off. The Knights picked up where they left off. It's 19-6, 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to go. Wilson's being guarded. Full court press now from the Knights by Valuri, but he finally gets up the court, and a pass over, it looked like, to D'Souza was tipped. Now it's McNeil at the top of the key, so everything ended up working out so far for the Cardinals. McNeil tries to make a move, gets stopped at the free throw line, gets to put up a shot anyways, it's no good. Rebound gets loose, but Will Carter has it, and he has it on a fast break again, but he slows down the pace to give his boys a shot. Here's Malachi Jeffers Vieira, left wing 3 is no good. Rebound is tipped by McNeil. He tries to pass it all the way over to Kelly. Kelly bounces it back to Wilson, but it's blocked by Jeffers Vieira, but the ball is going to stay with the Cardinals, and the ball, there's a fight for it now. Who's going to get it as it went out of bounds after a very chaotic possession. Heralded by some good defense there, and it looks like, yes, the ball is going to stay with the Cardinals. It's 19-6, 6 minutes, 55 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Kelly's looking for the inbound. He gives it to Kellen Moore, who puts up a shot from the left side of the paint. It's no good. Here comes Carter on a fast break. Now slows it down. Sing top of the key. Jean-Baptiste, right corner 3, wide open and no good. Rebound Kelly. He's got an open floor ahead of him, and he's going to take this for the layup. But the layup is no good, and Jean-Baptiste gets it back. There was a collision. There's a little bit of commemoration from the coaches, but here comes Will Carter. Bounce pass into Jeffers Vieira. Behind the back pass to O'Donnell is good. O'Donnell converts on the layup. It's 21-6 as O'Donnell laid it up from that left side of the paint off a beautiful pass, and it's 21-6. Knights lead. 6 minutes, 26 seconds left here in the second quarter and in the half.
Something that North is going to have to improve on, especially in comparison to Lawrence, is definitely making sure that they can get up for those blocks. That is something they've struggled with all season, but as we've seen, especially just now on Lawrence's side, they can block. So we're really going to have to see North's improvement for that.
Yeah, he wasn't just on the floor. He was on the floor in the first quarter, but you'll notice when Basong Gregory is on the court, he is by far the tallest guy out there. He basically sits in the paint and he puts up easy layups, but so far he's had a couple passes that have gone to him that he couldn't corral. So when he gets the ball, there's not much that the Knights can do to stop him, but so far they've been able to contain that. We'll see if he comes out on the floor as the buzzer just rang. No lineup yet for the Cardinals. Now there is one. Gregory's not on the court, but when he is, the Knights are going to need to make sure that the ball does not get to him, because if it does, he has an opportunity for an easy layup. But here's Kelly, who gives it to McNeil. Back over to Kelly, now to Wilson, still in the backcourt. Now Kelly with the pass all the way over to Kellen Moore at the top of the key. Now Kelly's at the top of the key, kind of back towards the logo. Fakes once, now dribbles to his right, can't find anything. Pass into Johansson, cannot be corralled. It's off his fingertips. Here comes Ryan John Baptiste, who gives it over to Abhi Singh. Singh now over to Carter. He's going to get it to Jeffers Vieira, left wing, directing traffic, takes a couple dribbles in. Bounce pass on a cutting John Baptiste, whose layup could not go, but O'Donnell's there for the putback right away on that left side. It's 23-6 now is the score as the Knights lead. 5 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, and as Josh Wilson tried to bounce pass it over to Kellen Moore on that right side, it was tipped out of bounds. The ball is going to stay with the Cardinals, but the Knights are putting on lockdown defense right now, partially because they're full court pressing. Here's Elijah Robinson once again on the right side, passes it all the way over to Kelly on that left side, right beyond the perimeter, gives it over to McNeil, who he changes places with. And Johansson, who got the ball inside the paint, tried to dish a pass over and couldn't do so. Here's Singh on that right side, now over to Jeffers Vieira, left side. He dribbles up, dribbles in, layup is up on that right hand and good. 25-6 now is the lead for the Knights. Here comes Elijah Robinson once again. He's at the logo, now gives it over to McNeil on the left wing. He's guarded closely by Singh, and so he just gives it back to Robinson, who makes a couple dribbles. Back to McNeil, fakes a shot, drives in. His shot is up from the left elbow, and it's no good, and it's rebounded by O'Donnell, who gives it to Carter. Carter now is going to give it all the way over to Singh. Dish inside to O'Donnell, makes a spin move, goes up over two Cardinals, and can't convert. And the ball's going to go back the other way. Here come the Cardinals. Here's McNeil on the left side. A little pass over to Kelly on the right wing. Now Robinson, top of the key, back over to McNeil. Robinson's going to get it again. Takes a couple steps in, drives, fakes a shot, puts up a shot, and it's good from right inside the paint. Elijah Robinson cuts the Knights' run, makes it 25 to now 8 in favor of West Windsor-Plainsboro High School North. 4.5 minutes left here in the half as Malachi Jeffers Vieira and Will Carter play a little two-man action from the perimeter, trying to slow down the pace. Here's Jeffers Vieira, left side, pass in now to Jean Baptiste, who goes up for the shot and converts, but he's going to be called on a travel as he does so the ball's actually going to go back the other way. Here come the Cardinals. 4 minutes, 19 seconds now. And a whistle was blown. I think they're going to redo the inbound. Looks like there was a substitution being made, which there was. Carter comes out, Valeri comes back in. 25-8 is the score for the Knights. Here's Kelly over to McNeil, who gives it right back to Kelly. Now to Robinson, right side, dribbling it up just past the half-court line, guarded closely by Valeri, who backs off a little bit. Here's McNeil, left side, pass it into Johansson, who couldn't convert on an open layup. And here comes Singh. He's just now passing the logo and does so. Here's Jeffers Vieira at the free throw line. Takes a couple steps back. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound now from Kellen Moore. Long pass over to Kelly, who goes up on that left side and converts on a layup. 25-10 now is the score for the Knights. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Here's Valeri just crossing the half-court line now, left side. Jeffers Vieira is at the top of the key. Gives it over to Valeri. Now Singh on the right wing. Here's Valeri, left wing. He gives it to Jeffers Vieira, right side, still beyond the paint, gives it back to Valeri. They're kind of playing a little two-man action, and as they try to do so, Kelly intercepts it. He goes up for the layup and converts on the layup. 25-12 there, so North got a little too slow with it, and the Cardinals were able to convert. Here comes Singh, left side, still looking for somewhere to go, and it looked like there was a foul called on Kelly. No. Actually, the ball might go the other way, and before we get anything, there's a timeout being called, so we're going to wait on a second. Here's sideline reporter John Bridgeford with a Knights report for us.
Yeah, thanks, Julian. And recently, just the two words have just been describing how Lawrence has been able to keep up so far, and that's ball security. They have not been able to hold on to the ball and just connect. And if they want to turn this around, they have to work on that. While on the north side, it is just great defense all around, picking off bad passes and taking advantage of these lapses in Lawrenceville's defense.
Thanks, John. We said it a little bit when we were on earlier, but North started full court pressing, and Lawrence hasn't figured out exactly how to adjust to it yet. But the hope now is, at least for the Cardinals, with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left, that they can find a way to do so. As they're down 13, 25-12, the Knights lead. If you're just joining us, North started this game off well. They've continued to play well, and they didn't just stop when they continued to play well. They started full court pressing, which gave them even more of an opportunity to pick off that defense, like John just said. And for that reason, they're up 25-12 now with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game.
Something we've seen a lot, too, is that North knows how to play everyone. everyone is able to bring the ball down at some point, which is very different from what we've seen from Lawrence, especially with Robert Kelly really bringing the ball down and getting those points every time.
Jeffers Vieira is going to be the one who inbounds it. He gives it to O'Donnell at the top of the key. Now gives it over to Singh, dribbling along the right side of the perimeter. Looking for a pass. He has Valuri open on the left side, and he tried to drive and then pass it in, but the ball's going to go off one of the Cardinals inside the paint. Pretty crowded situation over there, but the ball's going to stay with the Knights, and there's going to be a substitution. Johansson's going to come back in for Kellen Moore, who's limping off. There was a collision there prior to the whistle being blown, but now Singh's looking to inbound it. He gives it over to Jean Baptiste right side, dribbles a couple times. Now he's got Jeffers Vieira near the logo, directing traffic, nothing doing yet, not even dribbling. Now he just gives it back to Singh, who's at the logo now. He gives it over to Valuri, right wing. Bounce pass in to Jeffers Vieira. Makes a couple post moves. Might go. Instead dishes it to O'Donnell. Now Jean-Baptiste left corner. Here's Singh driving, going. No. Now dishes it over to Jeffers Vieira, whose left elbow shot is no good. Rebound Gregory. The ball is loose though and corralled by Singh, and the Knights are going to retain possession. Here comes Jeffers Vieira. He dribbles it up himself. He converts on the layup itself. It's 27-12 now. Knights with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here in this half. Here comes Robinson as he now just passes the half-court line on that left side. Still looking for somewhere to go. He ends up giving it to Kelly, who's at the logo. Now back to Robinson, and he's going to give it back to Kelly. Valuri tried to intercept it but couldn't, and Kelly dishes it over to the right side. There's McNeil, and as he tries to dribble, he gets called on a travel, and the ball's going to go back the way of the Knights once again. We've seen a lot of those types of turnovers so far from the Cardinals. 27-12 is the lead for the Knights here with 2 minutes left in the half. And it's going to be Singh who dribbles it up against Kelly as he now just passes the half-court line. Pass all the way over to Jeffers Vieira, left side, really far back. Bounces it back over to Singh, who's on the right side. Now bounce pass over to Jean-Baptiste, who is in the corner. Gives it right back to Singh. Here's Jean-Baptiste, right corner three is good. Ryan Jean-Baptiste with his first three of the day. He's taken a lot of those shots, hasn't converted on any yet, but he does now, and it's 30-12 in favor of the Knights with 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining. Robinson tries to answer quickly. He can't convert on his shot, though, and here comes North on a fast break. Singh crossing the half-court line now, gives it to Jeffers Vieira. He's going to take it himself. A lot of Cardinals guarding him. He tried a shot, couldn't go. Being double teams, now dishes it to O'Donnell in the paint. He puts up a right-handed shot himself. Almost looked like he threw up a prayer, though, and his prayer was answered. 1 minute, 8 seconds left, and the Knights now have a 20-point lead. It's 32-12. With just a minute now remaining in the half. McNeil, left wing three is money. Wow, that was a long shot from Marvin McNeil, who answers back extremely quickly. And now Singh is going to take it up pretty slowly as the Knights try and slow down the pace, but as he does so, he loses possession of the ball. It looks like it went off of a Cardinal, so the ball might stay with the Knights. Still waiting on official word. And it is going to stay with the Knights. But the Cardinals now starting to play a little bit more defense, starting to convert on their shots. This could end up being a very close game. The Cardinals typically start slow on offense. We've seen them score a lot more of their second half points. But here's Jeffers Vieira giving it into O'Donnell. Now over to Singh. Right side three is no good. Rebound now by Kelly, who's able to bring it down, surrounded by like 4 Knights. 35 seconds left now. Here's Robinson. Pass over to McNeil, left wing. He waits, dribbles a couple times to his right, still nowhere to go. Now he's got Robinson. Robinson's at the free throw line, passes it in to Kelly. Kelly goes up for the shot, and no good, but the ball's going to stay with the Cardinals. 32-15, 21.2 seconds remaining here in this half. And who's going to be the one to inbound it for the Cardinals? It looks like it's going to be Connor Crowley, and it is. He gives it over to Robinson, left side. Had to corral the pass a little bit, but is able to do so. Now goes into the paint. Right side, banks it in as he was going towards the elbow, and he was able to throw up a prayer and convert. And with 10 seconds left now, 32-17, Jeffers Vieira, left side, being double teamed. There's a collision between him and Robinson. The ball is loose. Kelly, wide open three from the right side is no good. McNeil's shot is up as the time expires. We're still waiting to see if that shot's going to count, and it is. So we're going to go to the half officially with the 32-19 score in favor of the Knights. You're listening to the home of all WWP Sports, 107.9 FM, WWPH, and Princeton Junction.
If you want to prevent a crime in your neighborhood, here's a tip. Invite your neighbors for a cup of coffee. And And you could talk about potential problems that you see on your street, if what you want to do about them. If you want to invite your local police officer to be part of the conversation. Who thought a cup of coffee would be a way to combat crime? Want to learn more? Go to weprevent.org for other ways to take a bite out of crime. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, the Ad Council, and 7.9 FM, WWPH, and Princeton Junction.
Welcome back to WWPH, home of all 107.9 FM sports. It's Daniyal and John giving you the official halftime talk of the game, North versus Lawrence, the Knights versus the Cardinals. And John, where do we begin? It's been an absolutely dominating game. Just to update you on the score, it's 32 of the Knights, 19 the Cardinals. John, what have you seen out there so far?
One thing that has been absolutely massive is how North has been able to capitalize on these Lawrence mistakes, whether it be stepping out of bounds or just having a bad pass in general. They've really been able to take advantage of that, boost their lead, and just keep the streak going.
Absolutely. North has been crazy with the passes. Even with a mistake, they're able to rebound quickly. Can we talk about one player, a couple players actually, real quick? I need to talk about Abhi Singh, Ryan Jean-Baptiste, and Srijan Valluri. Their passes, their coordination together. Now, the whole team's passing is absolutely phenomenal so far. However, their passes, I don't know if you noticed it, in the very first quarter, they were literally slipping it. Like, where you would think they would be throwing the ball or losing it, they're just passing to each other. And it's so deceiving. We saw the players on the Cardinals really getting confused there, and it worked out in the Knights' favor.
Yeah, definitely, especially since the Knights have just playing such good team basketball recently. Whether it just be giving up a contested shot to go for the open one, they're just trying to look for the open man and just make the best out of a drive.
Definitely. Let's talk about Valluri a little bit more. He is a senior on the team, point guard, and he is pushing through really fast, really light, really agile. He's been trying to steal the ball whenever he can, whenever he gets the opportunity. Now, it does not always work out in his favor. Robinson and McNeil, and I believe it was, Elijah Robinson, Marvin McNeil, and Robert Kelly. They've been the star players for the Cardinals, Lawrence Cardinals tonight, and they have been pulling through. They have been trying to slow the offense down of the Knights. However, they have not been catching up. Srijan Valluri has really been out there. He's been trying to take the ball out of their hands. And one thing the Knights really did well is score a lot of layups.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since, especially on the Cardinals side, I saw personally a lot of their coach, the Cardinals coach. He looked a little shaken up after some plays, whether it just be and he clearly is not happy. He thinks that they can do better. However, one main thing that we've seen a lot of the Cardinals this year is a slow start. And sometimes they are able to pull it out, and sometimes they aren't. So it's just, let's see if they can pull off, if they have some magic in the tank, and could come back from this deficit.
The Cardinals do have a bit of an up and down history of being unpredictable in their games. Some go good, some go well. We really don't know for sure what can happen tonight. However, just to update you again, score is 32 Knights, Cardinals 19. They can still pull through with these next two quarters. What do you think is their biggest strengths here? How are they going to pull through?
One thing I started saying at the end of the first quarter, or the second quarter, was how the Cardinals have just been able to just get the open shot and just make a basket. They don't care if it's a 2-pointer, 3-pointer, as long as they're getting points on the board and trying to cut this deficit, it's good for them. However, for the Knights, you just got to keep on doing what you're doing. You're playing really good basketball right now, and if you have a chance just to extend this lead out, you got to take it.
Absolutely. For the Cardinals, Marvin McNeil, my mistake, he shot a wonderful long-distance three-pointer in the second quarter, and he did an extremely good job with that. And now, there's one thing that they have been trying to do is layups. Now, the Knights have been dominating in terms of layups. However, in three-pointers, two-pointers, the Cardinals did take more shots in those, and they've been doing well in those. So I think if they stick to those, and they do better ball handling. Ball handling has been something they've been struggling with in the first two quarters of the game. The Knights have been slipping it in and out. And one player from the Knights, Jack O'Donnell, we got to talk about Jack O'Donnell, laying it up and towering above some of the Cardinals in crazy fashion. We had actually one of our commentators, Julian Morgan, talk about him laying up a prayer, and his prayer's been answered. That was actually very true. Yeah. He's been doing an absolutely outstanding job. stealing the ball, and three-pointers aren't just a specialty of the Cardinals. We got Liam Connaughton from the Knights, and he was also able to shoot a nice three-pointer from the middle of the court in the first quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Knights have just been able to make really standout plays that are sort of the reason why they just have this massive lead. And I really don't know what to do here if I'm the Cardinals as the Knights start to make their way back to the court. Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation to be in if you're down to a team playing this hot, and hopefully the Knights can actually break their 3-game losing streak, which you wouldn't be able to tell from the way they're playing today.
Absolutely not. Now, we did see a few player changes in the end of the first quarter. At 2 minutes left of the first quarter, we saw a lot of player changes from the Knights when they took their timeout, and it definitely worked out in their favor. In the beginning, it was fast-paced, it was going well. However, with different players on the field, I think they were able to, take control of the game and get a grip on it.
For sure.
We'll see. Hopefully, maybe the Cardinals can take a upper lead on this. Like you said before, actually, the coach did seem a little bit unsettled. He was quite upset, and he was, riled up trying to get his players to do. So hopefully, they're just coming out of the locker room now. Hopefully, they went back to the drawing board. They're fresh and they're ready to do more.
Yeah, as the Cardinals return to the court and start taking their warm-up shots. Yeah, it's definitely, this game could shape out, honestly, to be closer than a lot of people would think, looking at the scoreboard. But, yeah, it's just really seeing if the Knights can just hold on to this lead and just beat this team that is notorious for their comebacks in the second halves.
Absolutely. And the Knights and Cardinals, they're warming up right now. We have just under 3 minutes left of our halftime. I'm really interested to see, hopefully maybe, in the Cardinals' favor, they have all their, fans coming out here today trying to cheer for them. Every time they have made a shot, they have made it clean. However, it's about getting the opportunity. The Knights have not been letting the opportunity out, and I believe the Cardinals weren't really expecting that in the beginning. The Knights, they came out hard, they came out fast. They were coming to play.
Yeah, it sort of did look like as the Cardinals just were not ready for the Knights the Knights offense, and just how they were able to just make shots so easily in the beginning half, and just collect fouls, get their free points from free throws, and just keep it going. But yeah.
And the spirit does not stop with the Knights as well, with their cheerleaders supporting them as well, and halftime between quarters and during the foul shots. They have had full fan support. We got parents here, siblings here, and for a home game, this is kind of what we need for that type of spirit, the type of spirit to win, right? This is where their motivation really comes from.
Yeah, this Knights section has really been, especially near the court, has been really going crazy for some of these plays. Especially I remember they took a deep three, the Knights, around the second quarter, and the crowd just went crazy.
Right, and they haven't always been playing it clean. They have been trying to, take advantage of those outs.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens in the next 2 quarters. We're going to pass it back to our commentators for the next 2 quarters to finish the game. It's Julian, Morgan, and Eliana. This has been Daniyal and John with 107.9 FM, the home of all WWPH sports in Princeton Junction.
And we're back. I know you missed us, Julian, Morgan. Eliana's going to join me once again in just a second. We've got just about a minute left in halftime here. If you missed it, 32-19, the Knights lead the Lawrence Cardinals. And Eliana, I wanted to take a second to take a look into Lawrence's head coach. He looked very angry. Coach Jeff Molinetti, it's his 4th year as head coach. He's 33-43. He's made himself a pretty good reputation. However, he's looked very angry today so far. And normally you don't see that. Normally he's one who keeps his composure. So you have to wonder, is it something about his team? Is it something about kind of the collisions that have been happening? Where exactly is he angry? And are we going to see kind of a difference in the aggressiveness of Lawrence? Are we going to see a difference in kind of how the referees call? Maybe he had a talk with them over the half. What the answer is yet to be seen, but he's definitely going to be a storyline to follow. Also, how do the Cardinals respond? They've been full court pressed and they haven't known how to handle it. Can they fix that? If they can fix that, then they have a shot. But every time they do anything, they're getting stopped because the Knights' defense is just so good in that backcourt. But we're going to resume now. Here's Abhi Singh taking it up past the half-court line, gives it to Jeffers Vieira, dribbles all the way over to the right elbow, puts up a shot, and it's no good. Tussle for the rebound is going to go to Marvin McNeil for the Cardinals, and here we go. Guarded closely by Singh, so they are full court pressing here in the second half. Robinson tries to drive now, dishes it back out to McNeil, fakes a shot, spins now on Valori at the free throw line, gives it back to Crowley, who thought about taking a shot as well, and now gives it to McNeil on the right side. He gives it over to Robinson, who's back at the logo. Now Kelly left wing. Kelly makes a dribble, now gives it back to Crowley all the way back. Here's Kelly, long three from the left corner is no good. A rebound as McNeil flew through the air, corralled by Valuri. He on a fast break tries to put up a shot, it's no good. O'Donnell grabs the rebound, can't get the shot to go, tries again, it's way off, but it's rebounded again by Singh. He puts up like a fourth or fifth chance layup that goes in. That's how these points are gonna start here in the second half. 7 minutes left, 34-19 in favor of the Knights. Here's Robinson right wing, dribbles back a couple times, now tries to drive at the free throw line, bounce pass in to Josh Wilson, and Wilson's gonna convert here on the layup. Now a long pass from Singh all the way over to Jean-Baptiste. There's a tussle for it between him and Crowley. Crowley's gonna steal the ball back. He's gonna go up for the fast break, and it's rejected by Jeffers Vieira. Wow, out of nowhere he came behind Crowley to get that ball. Now he's at the top of the key, puts up an elbow shot, and that's good. Talk about two-way playing there from Malachi Jeffers Vieira. It is now 36-19, nice lead. 6 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the half, and it's stolen once again. Who's going to corral it? It looks like it's going to be Valeri on the left corner. It is. He gives it to O'Donnell, back to Jeffers Vieira. Now over to Singh, back to Jeffers Vieira once again. Left side, beyond the perimeter, directing traffic, gives it to Singh at the top of the key. He trades places with Jean-Baptiste, who trades places with Valori. He is at the logo. Singh, left wing, going to drive. He's going to go up. Layup is good as he falls down. Wow, there's been a lot of contact on both sides this game, but it won't restrict the Knights. Or the Cardinals. It's 38-21. 5 minutes, 48 seconds left here in this third quarter. Here's Robinson, left side, directing traffic, now going back up towards the logo. Passes it to Crowley, left side. Thought about dribbling. He's being double teamed, and there's a foul called. It looks like it's going to be on. Yes, it is going to be on the Knights. So the Cardinals are going to retain possession of the ball. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left here. 38-21 is currently the score. The Knights lead.
Something we're going to have to see too as well is that because the Lawrence's often gets better with their second half, which is what we saw in their last game in Notre Dame. So let's watch out for that as the score increases.
Yeah, I think that's totally something that could happen here in this game as Lawrence could come back. Speaking of which, here's Marvin McNeil, right side, just beyond the free throw line. He goes up and he converts. Nice contested shot there from Marvin McNeil, makes it a 38-23 game. But here's Abhi Singh on a fast break. He lays it up. The shot's no good. O'Donnell's going to grab the rebound and a tussle for it. The ball ends up in the hands of a Cardinal. There was a whistle blown. That Cardinal is Robert Kelly, by the way, who O'Donnell picks back up, and they give each other a little tap on the back. That's always nice to see. We're going to see who the ball stays with. It looks like it. Yes, it is going to stay with the Knights. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left now. 38-23. West Windsor-Plainsboro High School North leads, and they have an opportunity here in their own offensive zone to increase that lead. Here's Valori, left corner, dribbles it along the perimeter, makes a couple moves. He's going to drive. He goes up. His shot does not hit the backboard. It's rebounded, and here comes Robinson. He has McNeil on the left side. He gives it to him. He makes a couple dribbles, goes in, and there's a foul called. We're going to see who's it on. I think it's on a Knight, and it is on a Knight. It's on Will Carter. So Robert Kelly is going to come back now and inbound this ball from his own baseline, gives it to Robinson at the left wing, now into Johansson at the free throw line. Here's Kelly left corner, back to Robinson at the top of the key. Makes a couple dribbles, tried to make a spin move, but he's still at the logo. Now he dribbles in a couple times, gives it to Kelly left wing. He's going to drive, goes all the way to the free throw line. Now McNeil from the right corner. His three is no good, but the Cardinals retain possession of the ball. Here's Robinson with the three from the left wing. Elijah Robinson for the first time today. We see him from beyond the arc, and now it's a 12-point game, 38-26. The Knights lead. We're seeing some of that Lawrence offense shine through here in the second half as Singh tried to pass it on the other side. It's completely deflected. Here's Marvin McNeil on a fast break. He lays it up, no good. Tussle for the rebound, still loose. Jeffers Vieira has it and gives it the other way. Here's a fast break for the Knights. Valeri to Carter. Layup does not hit the rim. And it's going to be McNeil who has it once again for the Cardinals. Gives it to Robinson left side. Here's Kelly left corner. makes a couple dribbles on Carter, but the ball's tipped away and it goes to McNeil. He spots up a three from the top of the key, and that's good as well. Here come Eliana, the Cardinals. 3 3-pointers in a row. Elijah Robinson claps his hands. He's excited. 3 minutes, 49 seconds left here in this third quarter as Carter has not crossed the line yet. Tried to send a pass in, and it's tipped. Here's Robinson. Left wing three, this time no good. Ball is tipped, still in bounds. Carter passed it, but it's going to go to a Cardinal. It's going to go to Robinson, who's on that left wing. He has some space, but he's going to dribble it instead towards the logo and the top of the key. 3 minutes, 27 seconds left here. It's a game within double digits for the first time in a long time. Robinson, no look pass to Johansson from just beyond the free throw line is no good. It's going to go the other way. A nice pass from Robinson. We've talked about that offensive skill that he has, and that was one of those examples. Timeout called by the Knights. 3 minutes, 9 seconds left here in the third quarter, and Lawrence has all the momentum right now. Get your fake news elsewhere. Get your real news from your local high school radio station, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Something we've seen a lot too is that McNeil has gotten a couple of threes, especially within the last 5 minutes or so. He's really getting those up and getting those in, which is very impressive, especially since North seems to be struggling to get as many shots in this third quarter.
Yeah, North facing a lot of offensive pressure. Lawrence is sometimes full court pressing, sometimes they're not. But what they're doing is they're tipping passes, they're reading them well, and they're taking them the other way. We saw that a little bit, to be fair, in the first half, but they've definitely increased that here in the second half. They're the first ones out on the floor this time. We saw in the first half, the Knights would be the first ones out on the floor a lot. So that momentum clearly is with the Cardinals, and they're feeling it. But it's going to be the Knights who inbound the ball first as we return from this timeout. Here's Jeffers Vieira, still looking for somewhere to go. He gives Carter on that backcourt. Carter tried to make a dribble move. It ended up being tipped out of bounds, and I think it's going to go to the Cardinals. Yes. No, it's going to stay with the Knights. So Carter looked like he dribbled it off of Marvin McNeil there right before it went out of bounds, which is how the Knights were able to keep possession. Here's Valeri all the way on the left side. Long pass over to Jeffers Vieira, right side. Now over to Singh. Right corner three is off the front of the rim and rebounded by Johansson. He's directing traffic. He gives it to Robinson, who breaks free from Valeri. Robinson's at the top of the key. Gives it to McNeil. Left wing three ball off the mark. McNeil grabs his own rebound. He's going to go up this time with the layup. Right hand scoop is good by Marvin McNeil. It's a 7-point game now. 38-31 in favor of the Knights. 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go. Here's Carter, top of the key. Gives it to Jeffers Vieira. He's going to drive. He goes up with the layup. Now dishes it to Singh. And a whistle's called. I think someone stepped out of bounds. They did. But the ball is going to stay with the Knights. 38-31. 2.5 minutes left here in this third quarter. And the momentum, Eliana, has totally shifted.
Yes, like we talked about in the last game against Notre Dame, their second two quarters were a lot stronger than their initial ones. And even though they only lost by 8 points.
Here's Connaughton, who's back on the floor. Now over to Carter at the top of the key. New 5 on for the Knights today as Carter has it now at the right wing. Thought about passing it to Kulkarni, who was cutting, but instead he gives it to Connaughton, top of the key. Now Dadon, left wing, takes a couple dribbles, goes up, goes in. Layup no good though. Rebound by Ryan Rodriguez, who gives it over to Elijah Robinson, who's passing the half-court line now. Gives it to the right side, now takes it back. He's at the top of the key. Now McNeil back over to Robinson at the left elbow. He might drive. He thought about doing it, but he got stopped by Kulkarni. Now a long pass all the way over to Kelly. Now back to Johansson as Johansson tried to get it back to Kelly. The ball is tipped out of bounds on Connaughton, so the ball is going to stay with the Cardinals here in their own offensive zone. 38-31 is the Knights' lead. 1:53 left to go here in the third quarter, and it's going to be Kelly once again who inbounds it. Still waiting on the ball from the ref. Now he gets it, looking around. McNeil's open, and he gives it to him all the way on that right elbow. McNeil takes a couple steps back, now goes up, and his floater's no good from the left side. Rodriguez's putback is also no good. Dadon has the ball, but there was a tussle for it, and they're going to give the ball to the Cardinals. So a jump ball called there. Possession's going to stay with Lawrence because, no, they don't jump for the ball, but they give it to whoever has possession. Right now the Cardinals have possession, and they're going to get the ball back. Here's Kelly passing to Johansson in the middle of the paint. Tried to bounce it back over to Kelly, who wasn't expecting it. He wrestles the ball away from Dadon and passes it back to Robinson. Left wing three. Again, no good this time. Rebound Connaughton, but he loses the ball on his way up. The ball goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Knights, who just rebounded it. So 38-31. The Knights haven't scored at all actually since the beginning of this third quarter. They're looking now at an opportunity to do so for the first time in a while and end this Lawrence run. Here's Connaughton, back over to Kulkarni, back over to Carter, playing a little triangle offense before they cross the half-court line. Here comes Don at the top of the key. Ball trying to be tipped away by Robinson. He gives it over to Carter. Now Tang, right corner three is good. Jonathan Tang ends the run, 41-31. A minute and 15 seconds left here in this third quarter. Jonathan Tang's first shot of the game is his first make of the game, and it's a big one because now the Knights have the momentum again. You can hear the crowd starting to get into it as well. Here's Robinson, top of the key, bounce pass into Johansson. Foul is called, shot no good. He's going to go to the line for two, but Eliana, I cannot understate how big of a shot that was for the Knights. They really needed that to cut the momentum, and it seems like they might have just done that. But now Johansson's going to go to the line for two and possibly make this once again a single-digit game.
Absolutely. We just got into the double digits, but it will stay that way at least for this first shot.
Yeah, Johansson missed his first three. Don and Connaughton are going to switch sides on that free throw line. We've got Jonathan Tang, and it looks like it's, just Jonathan Tang there in that backcourt. Johansson's second shot is good. Kulkarni's going to be the one who inbounds it. Here comes Carter, right side, not past the half-court line yet. 54 seconds left, 41-32 is the score in favor of the Knights. Carter, long pass to Connaughton in the paint. His back shoulder layup is no good. Don rebounds it. He goes up for the shot, also no good. Once again, Connaughton corrals it. Now it's back out to Kulkarni, left wing. Dribbles a couple times, bounce pass over to Connaughton, who tried to bounce it back. It was off the foot of Marvin McNeil, so the ball's going to stay with the Knights. 37 seconds left here. 41-32 is the score. West Windsor-Plainsboro High School North leads, and Kulkarni's going to be the one who inbounds it as North tries to increase their momentum that they just regained. Connaughton has it. Now he gives it over to Carter at the top of the key. He dribbles a couple times to his right. He's got Tang in that corner. Tang, long pass over to Kulkarni, who immediately dumps it off to Connaughton. Left side of the paint, gets the layup to go. 43-32, 20 seconds left here in this third quarter. And now Robinson being double teamed. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be, it is going to be Knights ball. Kulkarni's going to be the one who inbounds it to Carter. 16 seconds left here to go. 43-32 is the score for the Knights. Here's Kulkarni left side, over to Connaughton, left corner. Carter had it at the top of the key, he lost it. Here comes Robinson, fast break, makes a spin move, goes up with the layup and is able to sink it with just 2 seconds left. The shot from Carter, who threw up a prayer from all the way back towards his own baseline, is no good. 43-34 is the score here in this third quarter. That's how we're going to end it as we go into the final frame in just a second. For decades, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction has been your source for local information and student voices in West Windsor and Plainsboro. And this year, the tradition continues on your community radio station, 107.9 FM, WWPH, Princeton Junction. Eliana, North did a good job cutting the momentum a little bit towards the end of that third quarter, but it seems still like Lawrence has all the momentum, especially after Robinson's last second layup.
Yeah, we can see they're feeling a little bit good over there on the sidelines. It seems like they're having a little bit of talk about what they can do in this last quarter to bring their score back up. But we'll see what North can do. They've had not a great season so far. But I think that they will be able to get through if they can keep playing the defense that they were getting this quarter and kind of improving defensively while still trying to be aggressive offensively.
Yeah, I would say that North's biggest struggle in that quarter was they were just forcing some passes that just weren't there. And because of that, Lawrence was able to turn that into a lot of fast breaks. So we talked a little bit before the half started about what Lawrence can do to adjust. They're putting on a lot more defensive pressure. And as the fourth quarter resumes now, it's going to be Jeffers Vieira who's going to inbound it. So the Knights are going to start with the ball in the hopes to once again make it a double-digit lead for them. Jeffers Vieira gives it to Ryan Jean-Baptiste, who gives it right back to Jeffers Vieira, right near the half-court line. Now here's Abi Singh with an open lane, but as he goes up, he almost got blocked and he got an elbow to the face there from Connor Crowley. He's going to go to the line for two. He's okay, but that could have been bad. But that was a great pass there from Malachi Jeffers Vieira. He saw Singh from basically across the other side of the court, was able to chuck it to him, and Singh had an open lane, and now he has an opportunity to go to the line and make it, like we said, once again, a double-digit game. It's 43-34 right now, Knights lead, 7 minutes, 51 seconds left here to go in this final frame of the game. So, Sing's first shot is up and good. 44-34 now, so that double-digit lead that we've been talking so much about has been once again retained for the Knights. Currently on the floor for them is Jeffers Vieira, Singh, Valuri, Jean-Baptiste, and Mohan. Singh's second one is up and no good. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Here comes Robinson. He's going to take it himself. Tried to lay it up. The ball ends up going out of bounds as I think he lost possession as he went up, or at least lost control of it. And the ball, though, is somehow going to stay with the Cardinals. So it must have gone off of some night before we got there. But here comes Marvin McNeil, left wing, dribbles a couple times towards the logo. Stutter steps a little bit, still has the ball at that top of the key. Takes a couple steps back, looking at Robinson, decides not to do it though. Now does left wing Robinson. Back to McNeil, top of the key, guarded closely by Valuri. Spots up a shot from the right elbow, is no good. And a rebound by Singh, who almost fell while he was corralling that ball, but is able to do so. Now he's at the top of the key. Now to Mohan, over to Jeffers Vieira, left side. Bounce pass over to Jean-Baptiste at the top of the key. Dishes it to Valuri, left side. Goes in, left corner three is good! Trajan Valuri, what a shot. And you can hear my voice went up with the crowd as well. 46-34 now, the Knights lead. 6 minutes and 57 seconds left here as Valuri converts on his first today. Robinson falls down as he was trying to come across the court. And now the ball went over to Connor Crowley, who was being double teamed. And looks like a timeout was called here by the Cardinals very soon here into this fourth quarter. That was a huge shot from Srijan Valuri to make it a 12-point game. 6 minutes, 49 seconds left here in the final quarter.
Yes, the Pirates are bringing it back just like we expected. They really have been getting much better on offense so far in the quarter. Of course, there's 6 minutes, 49 seconds left, so there's a lot still to see and a lot left for Lawrence to respond to that, as I believe they are doing right now during their timeout.
Yeah, discussing a lot of strategy. This place is bumping for probably the first time tonight. It all started off with Tang's 3. We heard this place start to erupt. The crowd's been quiet for most of the game. They erupted then. They just erupted for Valuri's elbow shot, and they look like they could be getting into it, which could be helping the Knights. They had a game yesterday, Eliana, that they won against Steinert by 8 points. So they're looking for their second win in a row. This is a team that hasn't had much momentum so far this season, but if they could win today after a big win yesterday, then this could really, honestly, could change the course of their season. So they are acting, this is everything for them. This is a big game. And the Knights, they have a 12-point lead right now. They want to hold on to it as the players start to get back on the floor. It's Mohan, Jeffers Vieira, Valuri, Jean-Baptiste, and Singh. So the original starting five here for the Knights. On the other side for the Cardinals, it looks like it's going to be Robert Kelly, Robinson, McNeil, Moore, and Johansson. So both starting fives out here. That's how you know this is intense. Here's Johansson, left elbow, gives it back to Robinson, left corner. Back to Johansson at that same place. He is going to take a couple dribbles. Now gives it off to Moore. Moore now to Kelly. He tried to drive. He lost possession of the ball. Still loose. Mohan dove on top of it. Whistle's now called. I think possession is going to go to the Cardinals, and it is. So, ball came loose. Mohan jumped on it immediately, but Lawrence was there to start contesting that as Mohan gets subbed out for Jack O'Donnell. 46-34, 6 minutes, 29 seconds left here to go in this game. Kelly passes it over to Robinson, left corner, being guarded by Singh pretty closely. Now takes a couple dribbles to his right, tries to make space, and dishes it back to Moore. He's at the top of the key now, back to Robinson, fakes a three, goes up, but as he goes up, or at least started to drive, he got whistled, and it looks like it was a foul once again on the Cardinals. It is. I'm sorry, on the Knights. So the ball's going to go back again to the Cardinals. So here is Robert Kelly once again going to inbound it. Gives it to McNeil, left corner, double teamed by Jean-Baptiste and Singh. Has nowhere to go yet, dribbles a couple times to his right as Jean-Baptiste backs off. 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go. McNeil gets a pick from Johansson. He goes into the paint, bounce pass over to Kelly. He couldn't corral it, but now he does corral it, goes up for the layup, converts the layup, and gets the whistle. It's 46-36 now as the score, 6 minutes, 3 seconds remaining, and he has a chance to make it a three-point play. As we see over on the sidelines, Elijah Robinson's getting a play drawn up for him. The Cardinals are feeling it. They know they still have a shot in this game with 6 minutes left, and the shot is good, so it's only a 9-point game. Jeffers Vieira is going to run to get the ball. Now inbounds it immediately to Singh as we now just passed the 6-minute mark. The pass over to Jeffers Vieira from Singh from the right side to the left side is tipped by Kelly, who lays it up nice and easy. 46-39 now is the score as here come the Cardinals again. Kelly stole it from behind of O'Donnell as he was at the top of the key. The ball ended up going out of bounds. We don't know yet who's going to have the ball. It is going to go to the Cardinals. So, great defensive possessions. There's some shouting here from the stands. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of outrage. Will Carter's on the sidelines ready to inbound it, right next to Robert Kelly, who's also on the sidelines ready to inbound it. Neither of them know which one of them is going to be the one to inbound the ball. It looked like originally it was called for North. Lawrence got mad about it. Still waiting on an official declaration of who it's going to be. It is going to be Kelly who gets the ball back. So, we heard outrage from the Lawrence fans here. We heard outrage from the coach, but the Cardinals are going to take the ball back. Here comes Robinson, left side, dribbles over to the top of the key. Free throw shot is no good. Still a tussle for the rebound. Jeffers Vieira had it, lost it. Kelly has it now, and he passes the ball. It goes out of bounds. It was deflected off of a Knight, and it's once again going to stay with the Cardinals as some fans in the stands are starting to get loud for the Cardinals. It's 46-39, 5 minutes, 33 seconds left here in this final frame. Kelly passes it all the way back to Robinson, who's at the half-court line. Hasn't made a move yet, now goes to his right a little bit, but loses the ball against Valuri. Now passes it over to McNeil, McNeil to Kelly. Kelly, gets called for an up and down there. He went up for a three, didn't fire the ball. He came back down with both feet on the ground and the ball in his hands, and the ball is going to go back to the Knights. Jeffers Vieira inbounds it immediately to Valuri, who gives it right back to him. Here's Valuri left side, gives it to Carter on the right. Now Jean-Baptiste right corner is being triple teamed, gives it to Jeffers Vieira, who's at the top of the key. Now Carter right side. Carter pass back over to Jean-Baptiste right corner into O'Donnell right side of the paint. O'Donnell now over to Valuri, goes up for the layup. Hard fall as he goes up and missed the shot, and I think this is going to be a foul on Lawrence, and I think the Knights are going to get a chance to put up two. And they are. Sergio Valuri is gathering himself at the free throw line. He has an opportunity to make this a 48-39 game if he can convert both shots. Currently it's 46-39, 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here in this final quarter. One that's been very intense as Valuri's lefty first free throw is up and good.
Absolutely. It went from a quiet game to a very loud game so far today. Everyone in the crowd is practically on their feet screaming, especially as this next throw is in.
Yeah, Sergio Valuri makes 2 of 2. It's 48-39 now with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left. Here come the Cardinals once again, though. They had a lot of the momentum. Then the Knights made those free throws. They still might, though. Here's McNeil on the left side. Puts up a three from the left wing. It's off the mark, and a rebound now by Jeffers Vieira, who bounces it over to Carter on the other side of the paint. Long pass to Jean-Baptiste in their own paint, and he dishes it back, though, to O'Donnell. Now Valuri, wide open left corner three is off the mark. O'Donnell's going to rebound it, but he loses possession of the ball. Here comes McNeil, bounces it to Kelly, fakes the shot, goes up, gets fouled on the way up. It's going to be 2 free throws for Robert Kelly now, 48-39. Knights lead. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to go, and we have a breaking report for you. If you are a West Windsor-Plainsboro student, then take some time tonight to listen to our post-game show because you don't have to wake up early tomorrow. They have just called a second snow day of the week. We officially had, a 1.5-day week this week?
Absolutely.
Because you guys, all of you West Windsor-Plainsboro students, enjoy this 3-day weekend. That might be why the crowd's so excited. Kelly's second shot is good. It's 48-40 now. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left here in this final frame. Jeffers Vieira, long pass to Jean-Baptiste is tipped out of bounds. Ball's going to stay with the Knights, and with an 8-point lead and just under 4.5 minutes left, the Knights have an opportunity to increase their momentum here. Jeffers Vieira inbound to O'Donnell, right back to Jeffers Vieira, playing a two-man game because O'Donnell has it again. Tried to pass it to Jean-Baptiste on that right corner. Ball sailed out of bounds instead. The Cardinals are going to get it. 4 minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter, 48-40. But the Cardinals have an opportunity to cut that lead down. Student personalities, local news and sports, High Road Radio, and the same old dedication to the West Windsor-Plainsboro community. It's your high school radio station, 107.9 FM, WWPH, Princeton Junction. You hear the crowd getting into it. Robinson's at the logo go, gives it over to Kelly, right wing. Kelly's pass in is tipped. Here comes Jeffers Vieira. Here's Singh, right side. Thought about a layup. The ball is loose. Singh has it back. Still at the right side, and his pass back to Carter at the key was tipped. At the top of the key was tipped. Here comes Kelly. Long pass to Johansson. His layup is up. His layup is no good. And two Knights were fighting for the rebound at the same time. Ball sailed out of bounds, but there was also a whistle. Seems like there's going to be a push called on one of the teams. I think it was called on the Cardinals. And yes, it was. So the Knights are going to get the ball back. 48-40 now, 3 minutes 53 seconds to go. The Knights haven't had much here in this second half on offense, but if they can do something here, the crowd's into it, the Knights are into it, the Cardinals know they have an opportunity. This could be a big change in momentum, but as I say that, Jeffers Vieira's pass goes loose. There's a tussle for the ball once again. Connor Crowley had it, along with like 3 other Knights, still waiting on official word on who the ball is going to go to. And it looks like, yes, the ball is going to stay. It's going to go to, and there's a timeout called before we can get there, but I think when we resume, the ball will go to the Cardinals. Still waiting on official word for that. But, yeah, there's a timeout called now by head coach Luke Beasley of the Knights. 3 minutes, 47 seconds left to go, 48-40, with just a little bit of time left here in this final quarter and in the game.
Yes, this is exactly where Lawrence ended their last game against Notre Dame. They lost 40-48, and it'll be very interesting to see what they can do in under 4 minutes left, how they're going to regroup from this and how they might play, especially with Robert Kelly being a key player in this game so far, really getting it down every time, making a lot of passes, making a lot of shots, and getting them in. He's been really leading the team and kind of showing them where on the court they should go.
Funnily enough, the Cardinals lost their last game 48-40. The Knights won their last game 48-40. We're at a pivotal moment in the game right now, 48-40. I expect there to be different points, a different score at the end of the game. But with that being said, this is a crucial score. This has been a score that's been historically in these last couple of games for both teams popped up quite a bit. So whoever can get the ball here after this crucial point in the game, whoever can convert with the ball, and I'm sorry, it is going to be the Knights who get it instead of the Cardinals. They might have a shot to start running away with that momentum. Here's Jeffers Vieira. He's going to be the one who inbounds it. Closely guarded by Kelly. Fakes a pass to his right, now goes to his left. Here's Valeri. Valeri pass behind his back to Jeffers Vieira, who gives it back to Valeri. He loses the ball on his way. Here comes Kelly. Bounce pass into Robinson. Goes up with the layup. Can't convert, though. Tussle for the rebound. Kelly has it. Bounce pass to Johansson. He lays up a shot with his right hand, and it's good. 48-42 now is the score, only a 6-point game. That means 2 possessions. Here comes Jeffers Vieira as he's getting full court pressed. He loses the ball, but the ball is going to stay with the Cardinals. It seemed like Robinson touched it as it went out of bounds, so the Knights are going to keep possession. That was very dangerous. It almost looked like the Knights did lose the ball there, and that the Cardinals would have gotten it back, but they haven't done so far. Long inbound from Jeffers Vieira to Valeri, over to Carter. Now still in the backcourt. Some content there from Kelly on Carter, and he is going to get called for that foul. Eliana, we're starting to see the fouls ramp up already. The game becomes much more physical in these last couple of minutes, which means very soon we might see a team in the bonus, which means any foul could get them to the line, and those important free throws could start coming in handy here for either of these teams to either close that gap or expand that lead. Ball's going to be inbounded on the left side from Jeffers Vieira, still looking for someone. Thought about O'Donnell in the backcourt. Now Carter in the backcourt. It's double teamed by Kelly and Robinson. Passes it over to Jeffers Vieira, who crosses the half-court line. Long pass over to Singh, who's wide open. Goes up for the layup, and it rolls in and out. The ball's loose. It's going to go to Johansson and the Cardinals. Here's Robinson on the left side. He might drive. He does, but he loses the ball on his way up. It gets stolen by Jeffers Vieira. He's got numbers, but he's going to take it himself, and the ball gets blocked by Connor Crowley as he goes up. 2 minutes, 53 seconds left here to go. 48-42 is the score for the Knights. The Knights had an opportunity there to once again regain their momentum. Connor Crowley came in clutch with a huge block, but there's an opportunity still here for the Knights as O'Donnell takes the pass at the free throw line, dishes it to Carter, right corner, takes a couple dribbles to his left, now spins back to his right, now back to his left. He's got O'Donnell at the top of the key, over to Singh, left wing. He's still looking for someone. Bounce pass to Jeffers Vieira at the top of the key. Gives it to O'Donnell, right wing. Thought about making a pass into the paint, but instead he gives it to Valeri, top of the key. slowing down the pace a little bit. 2.5 minutes left. Dishes it to Jeffers Vieira. Wide open three from the right side. Rolls off the rim. Kelly was going to rebound it, but as he did, he fell down. It seemed like there might have been some contact, accidental contact from behind. The ball's going to be whistled for the Cardinals, 48-42. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left here in this final frame.
The defense is absolutely, like you said, getting a lot more aggressive, and the fouls have been a key part so far. So we'll have to see if that can change the 6-point score difference.
Here's McNeil driving right side of the paint. He's going to go untouched. He's going to make the shot. It's a 4-point game now. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. 48-44 Knights lead. Jeffers Vieira pass all the way over to Carter. He might take it himself past the half-court line, and he does. Now he's at the right wing, takes a couple dribbles back as the clock just ticks down below 2 minutes. Gives it to O'Donnell, top of the key, over to Jeffers Vieira, left wing. Jeffers Vieira now Singh, top of the key. Has some space, and as he tried to make a move to his left, he loses the ball. Here comes McNeil, all alone. He has no Cardinals around him yet, still doesn't. Now he gets it to Robinson, top of the key, over to Crowley, left wing, all the way back over, but a whistle is called. It's going to be a timeout for the Cardinals. So Lawrence now only down 4 points, 1:38 left to go. This game is getting close. This game is getting intense. It's been intense. It's been close. But here is crunch time. 1:38 left to go. It's got to feel like forever for these Knights. They're struggling on offense. They're struggling on defense. They're trying to force plays that just aren't working. They're turning the ball over. They're giving the Cardinals those easy points that they just can't do. Eliana, how do the Knights compose themselves here in such a big, important final 1:38 seconds left of the game?
I mean, we saw them trying to slow it down on their side, especially Valori, really trying to keep the ball moving around and, keep passing it to different players. So if they can keep that up but not lose possession like they did, I think that would be a great way for them to really make sure they're able to keep the score up for them.
Neither team in the bonus yet, but we've seen a lot of fouls. I wouldn't be surprised if a team gets there soon. We're seeing plays being drawn up by both coaches. Your local high school radio station is now available worldwide and on demand. Download 107.9 FM podcast from iTunes or from Libsyn.com. It's just another way for you to experience the great 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Knights are going to be the first ones out on the floor. The Cardinals now, as they give their final fist bumps, they head back out as well. It's going to be Jeffers Vieira, Valori, Singh, O'Donnell, and Carter for the Knights. It's going to be Johansson, Robinson, Kelly, McNeil, and Crowley for the Cardinals. So those are the matchups as Crowley inbounds it now behind the half-court line to McNeil. Takes it up on that right side, now takes a couple dribbles back. Here's Johansson, top of the key, gives it back to McNeil. He finds a lane, but he gets rejected by O'Donnell as he goes up. Jack O'Donnell with a huge block, 1:25 left to go. The Cardinals are going to retain possession of the ball, but it looked like Johansson had an easy layup until Jack O'Donnell's hand came out of nowhere and stopped those points from being scored. Still 4 points. Here's Connor Crowley, right side, now at the right elbow, passes it all the way back to Robinson, who's almost at the half-court line, being pressed closely by Valeri. 1:15 seconds left to go. Robinson loses possession of the ball, gets it back, puts up a prayer, and it's answered. Oh, Elijah Robinson makes it a one-possession game. 6 minutes left here. 48-46. Here's Valeri, right corner. And a timeout called by Coach Beasley. Here's head coach, here's sideline reporter John Bridgeford with the sideline report.
Thanks, Julian. Yeah, this has very quickly turned into a one-possession game for Lawrence. And earlier, the North's coach was just telling his players, hey, we have the lead currently. We just got to keep it, and we just got to keep on doing what we've been doing best. We've been playing great defense from the first half. We just got to bring back to you, Julian.
Yeah, these points aren't being scored by Lawrence's offense. They're being scored by North's defense, or by North's offense, actually, because they're failing to retain possession of the ball. It's being scored by the Cardinals' defense. They're being able to convert on those fast break opportunities. Exactly a minute left. 2-point game. You can't get any closer than this. It's going to be Beasley's Knights who start with the ball as they're the first, once again, back out there on the court. Valeri, O'Donnell, Singh, Carter, and Jeffers Vieira is going to be the fifth. He's on that right sideline looking to inbound it. Now hasn't gotten the ball yet. Apologies, but he's about to. And still waiting on official word. Now he gets the ball. Now he passes it to Valeri in the backcourt, being guarded closely by Kelly, but he gives it over to Carter, also on the right side of that backcourt. Back over to Valeri. Robinson tried to tip it, couldn't do so. Little two-man game. Pass over to Jeffers Vieira, right corner. Looking for space, can't do so. And the ball goes out of bounds. There's a whistle being called, and it is going to stay here with the Knights. 48.2 seconds left. 48-46 is the score. And it looks like it's going to be Abhi Singh. Yes, it is. He's the one who's going to inbound it this time. North fans are on their feet. This is a big ending to a big game. Singh, long pass, tipped by Robinson. He keeps possession of the ball. Crowley has it with 45 seconds remaining. Gives it to Robinson, who now passes the half-court line on that right side. Makes a couple dribbles, goes in, top of the key, left elbow, fakes a shot, gets called on a travel as he tried to lay it in. The ball's going to go back to the Knights. That is absolutely huge for North. 35 seconds left, 48-46. We're hearing some chants from the crowd, and this is a big opportunity for the Knights here. If they can just score once, that would all but give them a huge upper hand in this game. Carter gives it to Jeffers Vieira, who's going to take it up himself, dribbling to the left side. He's got nowhere to go. Bounce pass into Valuri, left corner, takes it all the way to the free throw line. Now Carter, right wing. Carter into O'Donnell. O'Donnell back to Valuri. Now he goes back to Carter, but Carter's bounce pass draws a whistle. We're still waiting on word to what that whistle may be, and it looks like it's going to be a foul. Yes, it is going to be a foul on the Cardinals. So now Eliana, with just under 18 seconds remaining, 17.8 to be exact, this is when we're going to see these teams start to foul. Specifically the Cardinals start to foul. They're going to send North to the free throw line so that North has to convert on these points, but more importantly, it stops the clock. So if Will Carter, who's at the line right now, can't convert on these shots, the clock is stopped, and Lawrence very well might get possession back, but you can hear the crowd erupt as Carter hits his first. It's still a one-possession game, but now it's a three-point game. 49-46, Knights lead. 17.8 seconds left here in the game as Carter dribbles once, twice, three times. Bends down, goes up with his second shot. It's no good, and it's a rebound by Johansson. He gives it to Robinson. Robinson now crossing the half-court line, gives it to McNeil. McNeil might drive. He ends up circling back to the three-point line. Shot from the right wing is off the mark. Rebounded, though, by McNeil himself. He's in the right corner, gives it over to Kelly, and a whistle is blown as Kelly dribbles over to the free throw line. 3 seconds left, 49-46, and the Cardinals have called a timeout. So with just 3 seconds left, the Cardinals are going to draw up one final play in the hopes to tie this game. Now, if you're the head coach of the Knights right now, Coach Beasley, you've got to tell your guys, whatever you do, if they're beyond the three-point line, don't foul, because if they chuck up a shot and it's good, they can convert the and one. But if they're within the perimeter, right? If it's only going to be a two-point shot, then absolutely foul them. Send them to the line, because the most they can do is score two, and they need three.
Absolutely, especially with a lot of their players having threes in, like McNeil or even Robinson, really getting those threes in this game. This is a dangerous place for North to be with only 3 seconds left right after this timeout.
Yeah, we're going to have to see what North's defensive approach here is. You've got to imagine, if you're the Cardinals, that their approach is to either get it to McNeil in one of the corners, or Robinson from that left wing has been deadly this whole game. If he can get it from there as well, then that's looking really good for the Cardinals. And the Knights have to know that as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of extra pressure on the two of them. They're the snipers on this team. And now we're going to see Kellen Moore for the Cardinals inbounded. He's guarded by Malachi Jeffers Vieira. Who's it going to go to? It's going to go to Kelly, right corner. He puts up a shot. It's no good. The ball goes out of bounds. The Knights pick up a huge win, 49-46. The Cardinals' last shot couldn't convert as Robert Kelly was double teamed. He was the one who took the shot. Either way, it didn't convert. Eliana, as the Knights and the Cardinals shake hands here on the sideline. That was a huge win for the Knights, to say the least.
Absolutely, a huge game and really a competitive one. These teams were well matched, and they both played incredibly well. Really, like, getting back, North was up by a lot in that first quarter and that second quarter. The first half in general, they were really doing a great job. And then it got a lot more competitive in that third quarter and going into the fourth. So that was a lot of great stuff that we saw from North today.
The Knights now have a 2-game winning streak. They improved to 5-8 this year, as suddenly a lot of the momentum comes to West Windsor-Plainsboro High School in North. You're listening to the home of all WWP Sports, 107.9 FM, WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Want to influence kids in your community? There are easy things that you can do. Share a skill, a passion, a hobby, and you can make a big difference because kids who enjoy regular positive activities with an adult are less likely to begin using drugs or alcohol. Be a coach, be a mentor, be a volunteer. No matter what it is, you have something to offer. Find out how. Log on to helpyourcommunity.org or call 1-877-KIDS 313. A public service announcement from the Office of National Drug Control Policy, the Ad Council, and this station.
Welcome back to 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction, the home of all WWPH sports. It's your post-game reporters, Daniyal and John. And John, what a close game out there. What an intense game.
Definitely.
What did we just see here?
Yeah, that was definitely a close game. Final score 49-46, and yeah, that was just everything you could ask for in a game. It came down the wire, and as we stated during halftime, Lawrence is a notorious halftime second quarter team, and they really just proved it here. And the fact that it was this close, considering the deficit they were in during halftime, is crazy.
For sure, they may have not taken home the win. However, they made one heck of a comeback here. And that's probably the most impressive part. Coming from like more than a 10-point difference, they made it just a few points off. And it was actually really amazing. It was really great.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to talk about Robinson for a minute, really leading the team, controlling traffic throughout the whole game, especially those last two quarters. He was kind of a powerhouse coming through. And I think after that halftime break, the team definitely went back to the drawing board and definitely improved on their passing game. Their passes were very fast, confusing the Knights, doing a great job there.
Yeah, definitely. Another player that on Lawrence that we just have to like kind of shout out here was Robert Kelly, the senior. He was just making amazing plays throughout the game. He took the last shot. Unfortunately for him, it didn't go in. Fortunately for us, but yeah, he played strong to the very end. You got to give him credit for that.
Definitely, the teams definitely put all their effort into this one, and we saw that. I remember you telling that the coaches of North were just telling their team, try to maintain those points, try to maintain that lead. And we saw them kind of slipping up here and there because in the beginning of the third and fourth quarter, the Cardinals were catching up fast.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I definitely think that was concerning to the coaches, and the team was kind of getting, discombobulated to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was definitely. Yeah, there's just not many words you can use to describe like a situation like that. You just gotta like calm down. Gotta realize, hey, this isn't who we are. We can win. We have and we will win games like this. You just gotta stick it out, survive the rough patches, and just continue working strong.
Definitely, but contrary to calm, the fans on the sidelines and the bleachers were going absolutely insane, especially the fans for the Lawrence Cardinals.
Yeah.
And they were yelling at the referees, they were yelling at the players, and they were yelling at the coaches. We saw them they stood up a lot of times, and when a lot of players fell, a lot of fouls were called, a lot of foul shots were made, and that's where a lot of the energy really came from the crowd.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tense game throughout, and kudos to the crowds for both sides, North and Lawrence, as they were just really making an exciting game at the end. North especially when they hit that first free throw to make it a 3-point game, the crowd just went absolutely crazy.
And all supporting crowd as well. The cheerleaders definitely coming out between each quarter, between each break, between each timeout called, keeping the crowd entertained, focused on the game, and keeping those spirit levels up. And that's really what was helping carry through both the fans and the players through the game. And it definitely worked out in the end for the Knights. Can you pick out, John, what are some strategies the Knights used in this last quarter?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I noticed was just keeping strong on defense, sticking to your man, and just like really just focusing on, hey, I'm not going to let you score the basket on me. And everyone on their team, on the Knights side, was able to hold up that deal. And yeah, it was just great game throughout. And yeah.
They were definitely upping on their defense because the Cardinals had upped on their offense, getting their hands on the ball, and that ball control is what it's all about. And they've really stepped up on it. So
yeah.
Stepping up their defense, stepping up those blocks, and I gotta say the Cardinals and it was Robinson and McNeil, and Rodriguez. In fact, Robinson and Rodriguez were kind of a pair in the third quarter, and they were doing well. Being pretty big guys, Rodriguez at least a big guy for the team, he was able to block a lot of shots from the Knights.
Yeah, and Yeah, it was just all around a great game with a lot of players giving really good performances. And this also snaps North's 3-game losing streak. And with a win like this, you just have to kind of see where they go up from here.
Definitely, it's definitely a spirit lifting moment for them and a lot of hope for them as well. They've been on a losing streak, like you just said, and this definitely helps out and hopefully will increase their rank in the future. What do you see the future being for these two teams?
Honestly, I see both of them being very bright. I mean, when you work your way back from a massive deficit to make it a one possession game, you just got to give your team kudos for that. And it is a loss. However, you gotta just kind of ride out the momentum from this, and just hopefully you can secure wins throughout the rest of the season, and just make a strong push at the end.
Definitely giving credit to the Cardinals' spirit and their the way they get to pull in at the end. The coach definitely came up with new methods to help fix their situation, and like we said, not win, however, bring it back, bring it real close, and they really did, and that's really kind of the heart of the core gameplay right here.
Yeah.
And with that type of performance you just saw, it gives a lot of potential for the future. We just saw even you can go based on past games, their past records, but just after today, you can see these teams are able. They have the potential to make it neck to neck.
Yeah, and going back to North, you just have to ride off the momentum for this game. As getting a close win like this, it definitely can motivate the team to just do even better and possibly win a game later on.
Right, good plays when a plan comes together for the coaches, for the team, and for the fans. It all plays out in the end. It all pays out, and then everybody wins from it in a sense, right? The Cardinals will go home today, maybe not with a win from the game, but a win from each other. A lot of stuff was discovered today from each player on the team, and the coach's strategic, gameplay as well.
Yeah, and yeah, just I can't get over Lawrence's amazing performance throughout this. I mean, they are a notorious second half team. However, just seeing just this massive comeback, it's a lot different than hearing about it and compared to like seeing it in person. But yeah.
And I think that's going to have to conclude our post-game talk. Once again, the Knights took the win on this one. It was an absolutely exhilarating game involving the players, the crowd, and everyone involved. You're listening to the home of all WWP Sports, 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.